Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are back for another league racing video in BFE. This is the first race BFE. You can see FRT, my team. We are in Group A, and our first race is against TRT here at Bahrain. So just flashing a few promotional images that some of the guys at FRT did. They look pretty cool. And we're just going to go out for our lineup. This is the lineup. We've got Brood, Jaxa, Jumped, CK, Sabi, and of course myself driving for FRT. And that's all you need to know, because I'm sure we will beat TRT here. And so here we go for our first flying lap of qualifying. A good banker lap in here, get towards the top. We're obviously going to be going for poles, for podiums, for wins, fast laps in this race, and obviously just to win as a team would be good. So nicely hitting that apex there at turn 1, cutting the curb across turn 2. Not using too much curb there, you can, but I didn't want to invalidate on my banker lap. Using all the width on the entry and on the, not all the width on the exit actually there, but you can, and we will be later. And there's going to be a 27.4 for our first sector. Nicely stringing it up through that little S chicane section and into the deep hairpin here, using second gear, not using the curb on the exit to get good traction. Coming into turn 9, 10 is very tricky section, very easy to lock up. And we do lock up a little bit there, but it just helps us slow down. So not ideal, but pretty nice. Not getting on the curbs on the inside or on the exit. Using all the curb on the entry there, and just getting through and not clipping the curb on the exit there, and not turning the curb on the inside here either. Using all the curb on the exit, and that is going to be a 103.8 middle sector there. Not a great start to the final sector there. You want to go more of an exit baseline rather than through the corner, but that is quite a nice final sector. Not taking too much curb on the exit, as it can affect your traction. And this is going to be a really good lap. This could be into the 24s here. Yes, it is. It's going to be a 124.8 lap time. And here we go for our second lap of qualifying. Hoping for a bit of an improvement on that 124.8, which is a good lap, but we've been demoted to P2 by our teammate CK. So we're going to be looking to improve on that and go ahead of him. So a good first corner, basically matching what we did before, only a couple thousandths down, 9,000, but basically 100th down. But we're going to get turn 4 a bit nicer by using the curb on the exit. Yes, we do use all that curb on the exit. And we've gone a little bit up here, and we're a little bit up on CK as well through the first sector. That chicane was alright, but not perfect. And into this hairpin there, we just missed the apex a little bit. We get a good line through the exit, so we only lost a little bit of time. Into turn 9 and 10 here, hopefully not locking up here, and we do lock up a little bit, but again, basically just as good as we did previously. And again, CK's middle sector 103.845. We were pretty similar to that, if I remember correctly. So let's have a look at what the timing is going to be as we get to the sector split. And we have done a 103.756. So that is about 700 up on CK. And we got a really good start to the middle sector, the final sector there. So we're now going up to nearly a tenth and a half up, going into the final corner. Let's see how we can do through the final corner. We've basically kept it the same as last time. We're basically a tenth and a half up as we come across the line. But that is going to be 1.61 improvement, and we've done a 124.730. Now this is on our final lap, and we are actually a tenth up on that lap, coming in to the end of the middle sector. But just through here, you can see we just get on the power a tiny bit too early. We just clip that curb and we go round, and that is going to be the end of our qualifying. But coming to the results, we do end up in first place, and it is going to be an FRT 1, 2, 3. And then we're hoping that Sabi and Jumped, and of course Jax starting on the mediums, can do well and come through the field in this race. So here we go, 5 red lights, and away we go. And it's been an alright start. Where CK is going to go ahead of us off the start, but that is fine. We're just going to go cut back in behind him. And in fact, I think he's probably just going to let us through here because we're quite close together. And just he's just going to let us go. It would have been difficult for me to stay behind him there because I would have had overspeed on him coming out that corner. Not only Brood, who started third for us, did have a little an issue at the start there, so he's dropped down there. But we are still 1 and 2 in this race. As we come through the middle sector, the first lap, putting out a little bit of a gap here, about up to half a second, but that would just be general like dirty air and thing. You just can't stay that close on this game. Bit of a lock up there, not ideal here. But moving on to lap 3, and we've got some highlights here from Akos. Who is a member of FRT, who is our race engineer for this race. And you can see there's Sabi starting to make his way through the field, making his way past Caesar, TRT Caesar there on lap 3. And then also Brood here is going to make his way past Caesar on lap 5. Lap 5. So just up the inside into turn 1. Some nice moves going on for the boys. Back down the field there, so that should really help us out with some more points. So moving back onto us, it is lap 5 here. We've still got a bit of DRS train all the way down to 5th, where no one's really been able to break away, and in fact I think from looking at the mini-map that it's down to 6th or 7th even, this DRS train. No one can really break away with these DRS zones, and we're just going to let CK go here, allow us to save some ERS. Save some fuel. Well, not save some fuel, but like because of no more rich on this game, obviously. But just save some ERS, save the tyres a little bit more, and yeah, help out the team. So another move. Well, not another move here. We actually got TRT Seed coming into the pit. He's making the first pit stop of the race, I do believe. Aside from some of their guys, Ruben and Danny, who had some issues earlier in the race. And we've also got Sabi here, and Jaxter as well, getting past Hunter, which, well, that was just Jaxter getting past Hunter. But we also have Sabi here, my teammate in the Williams, coming into the pits. Myself and CK, we're going to be going a little bit longer. I think we're going to come in on lap 10, as we're going to be trying the soft to medium strategy, which is not easy to pull off, but definitely very doable. As we've got Skurra coming in here on the end of lap 9, start of lap 10. So, and Hunter as well. So, just myself and CK and Jaxter, who haven't stopped now, but Jaxter obviously starting on the mediums. And as you can see, Skurra, Sabi going on to the hard compound tyres. Now, those guys will be faster than me and CK, obviously, at the end of the race. But for the first few laps of this stint, and also even at the end of this soft stint, you can see the gap is about 23 seconds. We should easily come out ahead of these guys. So coming to pit lane there, not pushing too hard. Don't want to go into the back of CK, of course. So just coming to pit lane, hopefully for a good stop for the Williams boys. They're only about 2.6 seconds this game, and they are there. And obviously Jaxter goes past us, but now we're going to see where we come out in relations to Skur, to Sabi, to the rest of the field. Now it is pretty important that we do get ourselves out ahead of Skur here. We really don't want us to be overtaking, and it is quite close, just 4/10. I mean, he was almost alongside us on the exit there, and it's under 4/10 now. But just with some ERS on the exit here, DRS of course from CK, we should easily pull away from him, and we are on the mediums, so we should be able to pretty easily get away from Skur, and hopefully Sammy can catch up to the back of him. Only 2 seconds off the back of him, so only a second outside of DRS. As you can see already, the gap increasing to Skur, and here on lap 14 the gap is 3 seconds to Skur, and I think we're just going to go past CK again here, just swapping around the lead, just to maximise this race for us. So we're just going to use our ERS a little bit just to make our way past. We were sitting quite close behind him, so maybe we do have a bit more pace than CK, which can help us out later in the race. Now coming through turn 1 here, unfortunately I'm not sure if it was the dirty air or something that confused, or like CK just got wrong, but he just spins it on the exit. We had no contact between us, and that's really unfortunate for him. So he's down in 8th place, but let's see where he can get back to with some overtakes. Of course, these provided by Akos. Thank you to him. and you can sort of see FRT socials there in the bottom right, and the bottom left. So give us a follow. But CK making a nice move there on Caesar at turn 1. Yes, he does get it done in that DRS straight, and Brood will probably just let CK through there. Yeah, he does. And now finally on lap 18, we've got Jaxter coming in for a set of soft tyres. Now he is going to be a force to be reckoned with in these final few laps of the race. He is a very, very fast driver, and on those soft tyres in comparison to hards, or it's hards for most people, and mediums obviously for myself and CK, who that we see making another move onto seed there, getting him up into 4th place. Now this most of the rest of this video is going to be the Jaxter show, isn't it? He's on the back of the field already, and he's already starting to make moves. There he goes past Caesar, and he's probably going to be going past Brood and CK pretty easily. They'll probably let him through as he just goes up the inside of Brood there. Brood not really fighting that one too hard. He knows that Jaxter is a lot faster on these soft tyres. Next up for Jaxter is going to be Seed, and there we go. Seed just falling out of the DRS of CK for 1 lap here, and low on his rest you can see that rear light bleeping, and he makes that move in DRS. As you can see, we are now actually 6 seconds into the lead. CK here letting Jaxter go. We are actually 6.5 seconds into the lead over Skirt, and Sabi is beginning to close that gap. There you go, 1.8 down to 1.5, and this is the stage where our tyres began to start to be the same pace as the hards, maybe a little bit slower. Jaxter there letting Sabi go. Sabi knowing that Jaxter is probably going to be able to get that position onto Sker. Obviously, no one has pounced yet except for Ruben, so that isn't necessarily to be worried about. And Sker actually making a mistake there. Maybe he does that on purpose to try and get the DRS on Jaxter, but it doesn't work out for him in the end, and he actually loses a position. We've got Seed and CK having a massive fight. They do have a massive fight for these last few points here at the end of this race. So, obviously CK, those hards are starting to wear out now. They are so, as you can see, we are rapidly losing time to Jaxter, but obviously he is on the new soft tyres. Seed actually getting past CK there on lap 27, but onto lap 29, onto the final lap of the race. Sabi is going to be making the move on Sker for an all FRT podium at this stage, as the gap to me is actually only 4 seconds at this stage. It's 5 seconds back to these guys, but we're not having to worry. Obviously, they're not going to make up that time. But anyway, CK going around the outside of Seed in the final sector here, and they're going to go side by side through the final corner. Who is going to get out on top? And it is going to be CK going round the outside of the final corner, final 2 corners of Seed there, to claim 6th place for us there, and that is going to be an FRT 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Here, obviously, you're going to see us crossing the line, as you can see from our tyres there. In fact, they were at 74% on the front left, 75% even as we come across the line. So that is into puncture territory, but we did really well to manage them, and we've won the race for my first win on F1 2021. We ended up winning the race by just over 3 seconds, and it's going to be a really, really good result for FRT. Really, really happy with that one. So here we have got the final results from that race. It is going to be 80 points to 23 for us. Really good result there. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy the video, you can make sure you can go watch all races like this one live on my Twitch. And if you did enjoy, make sure to hit subscribe, hit like, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.